Let's go back in time to history. That's right, people. We're going to fight with historical figures. It's Deadliest Warrior, the game. Not to be confused with the TV show, which the game is based off of. Deadliest Warrior, the game, was an Xbox 360 Xbox Live Arcade game first, downloadable from the X Shop, not to be confused with the eShop, in July of 2010 and later released on PS3's PSN in 2010. It is fighting at its funnest, simplest, and bloodiest form. It is the essentials, and I love it. It's actually really freaking awesome. This is a game where you can play as one of 8 warrior classes, 11 if you get the DLC, and they are warrior classes from throughout history. And the goal of the show was to figure out which warrior class was the best, which one reigns supreme. And I mean, the concept kind of applies here, although it's really an arcade mode. I think there was an Xbox Live mode back in the day. I didn't mess with that. But the 8 classes are. I can do this from memory, or I can find them here. No, I got them. All right, so it is Apache warrior, centurion, a medieval knight, a ninja, a samurai, a pirate, a Spartan, and a Viking. Which of those classes would you guys pick if you played this?
Pirate. I like pirates.
Pick a Viking.
Yeah, I was also a Viking. These classes are pretty distinct in their styles. So I should also say this is a 3D weapons based fighting game, kind of like I don't know, like your Soul Calibur. And each class has unique perks, like the Centurion, I believe, or the Knight, and even the Viking. They have a shield, and then they have their one-handed weapon. But you could also pick a mid-range weapon. And then you also have a projectile weapon. So like the pirate, he has like kind of an old school revolver and also a bottle of whiskey that he's drinking and a cigar that he's puffing. In the little intro sequences to every match, he's like, "On guard, you scurvy dog." And then the Viking just beats his shield. Goes, I don't know, kind of dumb brute, but I love it. And seeing that every match is awesome. Clearly, it's a little bit of a bare bones game. I mean, they reuse a couple of stages, and there's like these sequences where, you know how like a Street Fighter, I think it's like you beat up the car like in between fights. Well, in this one, you hack away at like carcasses of pigs that are hanging, and can you do it within the time limit? Or also, there's like a really impossible ninja, and you have to beat him in 10 seconds, or you lose your bonus. But you basically just go through each of the 8 warrior classes in the arcade mode and see if you can win. And I had a really good time. I really like playing as the Viking. It's brutal. It's a really brutal game. It's very bloody, very Mortal Kombat-esque. You can see there are like similarities. There's not fatalities, but there's executions. They're very much their own thing. It's not like as excessive as Mortal Kombat, where it's like, you use Scorpion's chain and then it goes like through the ground and through his neck and then he's holding it, ha ha ha. No, but there's like really brutal like decapitations or other moves that you can pull off. It's not too complicated. It's pretty simple as a fighting game, but I really like it. It's very quick. A match can last like 5 seconds. Like you could take somebody down in 4 hits. Actually, when I was playing as the Viking, I would throw my spear and I'd hit the Apache right in the head and it would be an insta-kill. I don't know other fighting games where I've done that and gotten an insta kill. It happened twice in a row, so I feel sorry for the Apache. That sucks. That class looks like it sucks. Clearly, there's some perks with classes that you can use the shield for, although you can parry with some of the other weapons as well. I suck at fighting games. I don't really know like I never have the systems memorized. I have like fast attack, powerful attack, and low attack, and projectile. Like that's all I have memorized. I saw an execution pulled off. I could not figure out how to do it though. But man, this game is a quick, fun fighting game, and it's just fun to take somebody's leg off and just like see them like squirming on the ground. And I don't know, it makes me feel like accomplished, I guess. I don't know. So it's pretty deadly. Deadliest Warrior, the game.
Did you ever play Bushido Blade?
Ooh.
No, but I just see that it was inspired by that.
Yeah, Bushido Blade was, I guess, a fighting game, but it was very like limb focused, and you could in that game like end fights in like 1 or 2 hits because you just cut off like a limb and then stab them, and like, there's nothing you can do. So it's very much like a very quick fighting game. Unfortunately, I would suspect. I think I remember playing it back in the day. It probably had load times that would make it not so quick because it's a PS1 game.
And that was inspired by Samurai Showdown, which also had similar concept where you could, if you get a few good slashes in certain ways, you could end matches quick. So
Yeah, I was doing that earlier. I decapitated the samurai, which is, I don't know, pretty fascinating. Seeing his head just roll right off. You know, if you land the right hit. I don't know if the physics are like perfect or anything, but it's a pretty interesting concept, I guess. And what I like about it is it really is just focused on the fighting. Like, there's no music. Like, you could literally just hear cicadas during your match.
Oh wow!
So I don't know. It feels like pretty realistic in that sense. Yeah, there's a little like intro, like theme song that kind of matches the warrior when they roll out, and maybe like something when they're ending. But no, it really just feels like the game. Like, that's it.
no, I remember I never played this one, but I had friends that were obsessed with that show that definitely had this, and I think I saw it at some point, like watched them play it for a minute. But I was always like, no, guys, we can play like Soul Calibur or something. Like, guys, I have like Soul Calibur 4 right here. But but I definitely remember it, and it just hearing the name Deadliest Warrior just takes me back to like a nostalgic point in my life. That point where like channels like Spike TV were putting out these types of shows, and like they were geared at like teenagers and young adults who were, kind of edgelordy a little bit, had a little bit of that vibe to it. But, it was shows like this and Thousand Ways to Die and Manswers and stuff. That was like, it's just stuff you don't see anymore. That type of content on TV.
This show is like the poster child of like dude bro pseudo intellectual
machismo
material.
Yeah.
It's like I do a little bit of research on ancient combat. It's like Deadliest Warrior.
Yeah, you watch it.
You know about the Vikings.
It's the same people that would quote episodes of Mythbusters to you.
Yeah.
No.
Let me bust this real quick.
I mean, you could tell too, because this is a game of all male classes, like in history. I don't know. You might be able to change them to female. I didn't mess with it.
Well, but there aren't any good female warriors. They just don't exist.
I'm sure they could get one clan, Well,
they would lose.
Nothing was more annoying than whenever you were watching a movie and they had busted the myth on Mythbusters, and the person they were watching it with was like, actually, on Mythbusters, they said that this was impossible. And I'm like, shut up, I'm trying to watch a movie.
Mythbusters. Funbusters.
There is a sequel to this game that I was looking at first that looked pretty interesting, Deadliest Warrior: The Legends, and that one the classes are more focused. Like, you could play as like iconic legendary characters in history, like Attila the Hutt or Hun. I'm thinking of Jabba.
The Hutt. Jabba
Attila no Bada.
You could play as Jabba the Hutt. You could...
My favorite historical warrior, Jabba the
Hutt. So I don't know, but apparently people prefer this game over that one. So I went with their opinion here.
Okay.
I mean, it is really fun and is competent.
Are you ready for the sequel on Deadliest Warrior?
Yeah.
Liveliest Warrior?
Yeah, Liveliest Warrior. Which characters are you going for? I'm going for the bank teller.
Well, if it's liveliest, wouldn't it be like social influencers duking it out?
Is that what we do? That's just celebrity deathmatch at that point.
I mean, that's yeah.
You could argue they've had the life sucked out of them.
Sure,
you could. You might do that.
Well, let's just stick with the war classes. I'm a history buff here.
What are the DLC ones?
Yeah, there's like 3 of them, right? They had 3 DLC.
Yeah, there's 3. Rajput, Shaolin Monk, and Zande Tribal Warrior.
Did you say Rod Snyder? Is that what you said?
No, Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
The hot chick.
Yeah, Rob Schneider is
Samurai Warrior, taking out his sword and putting it in my belly, cutting me up. You guys might be too young for that.
I saw it back in the day.
What was the
Yeah,
first
I was wondering about an African tribe because I saw there were none, and also Indian. I didn't even think about that. Rajput, Rajput. But yeah, I guess they were DLC.
Hmm.
So,
Rank the
this is
classes.
like very European and um, East Asian, I guess, or Asian. Yeah, East Asian, right? Because they had samurai and ninja,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a Native American one, Apache.
Vikings are the best because Norse mythology is the best. So it's just like just take that.
Overrated.
And they're just
Whatever.
brutal. Like I think the whole like kind of beating your chest and like the strong armor and like the hatchet, like that's a really cool weapon. I don't know, you just hack away. Like I feel like I cleared, and you can't even turn down to easy difficulty in this game. You got to start at normal, and it only goes harder and hardest. But no, I play great as the samurai. I tried the pirate earlier, and the pirate's fun, but not very good with like deflecting attacks. So it exposes him a little more. So I'll take any armor I can get. The samurai also look pretty competent.
Does he have a gun? Whatever that's called. What's it called? Pick that gun.
Like a flintlock
Whatever
pistol or
Who,
something.
the pirate?
Yeah. Does he have a gun?
It was some form of pistol. It's like a long pistol. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I always want to call it a filibuster. But that's not what it's called. Just
It's not the filibuster.
my brain's always like filibuster, and I'm like, that's not what that is.
Great name for a weapon, but that's not it. Buster.
Guster Buster. No, that was a different episode.
That's Link in Deadliest Warrior, the Nintendo version
Yeah.
crossover.
He kind of did. If you
Yeah.
like several degrees with Soul Calibur.
Only like nobody takes
Yeah.
damage in that fucking game. They're fighting with swords.
Oh yeah, special guest DLC is John Cena.
Oh hell yeah!
Yes!
Crossover. No.
Ironically, you could see John Cena get ripped apart in Mortal Kombat 1.
That little beta, good.
What's your issue with John Cena?
He's a. I just when I see him, I just see like a man who's dead inside. He has like zero light in his eyes. I just kind of get sad.
Whatever, man. If I was on monster trucks and stuff, I'd be living my high life.
Jono Musashina. Which class would he pick in history? What is he? Is he an Apache?
He's a China cuck, so he'd probably pick one of the China ones.
There are no China ones. They're all Japan. Well, not all, but the two that are Asian.
Yeah, China didn't have
Asian.
anybody. There's no warriors from China.
There are no Chinese warriors that are
Yeah,
the
they
deadliest
should've-
warrior in history.
They should have done like, well, he said monk. What's the monk from?
Oh yeah, I guess that'll count. The Shaolin monk.
Yeah, that's Chinese. That counts.
Yeah, he'd be a.
Well, I guess he is in the DLC
Dumb
then.
monk.
He would come out in the monk uniform.
Yeah.
Shit. John Cena, a monk, Namaste. Sure, John
Oh
Cena.
yeah, maybe he'd be the Indian class, the Rajput.
Maybe.
Vikings rule. Pirates are cool too.
Pirates
Dude,
are
the
cool.
freaking the Centurion, like the second playable character, like you scroll through the characters. He has the derpiest looking face, like straight out of Xbox era, like Fable or something, when you see like a dumb looking face.
Well, I
He's
imagine,
like-
because I imagine it's like it was a lower budget game where it was an Xbox Live game. So I imagine it was like not living up to the full potential of the 360.
Everyone else covers it up because of a mask or like face paint or something, but the Centurion suffers. And I mean, he has like a helmet, but you can see most of the face.
Oh, does like the samurai have like the armor? Have like the like the Shogun armor?
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. There's no
It's fun.
Mongolian.
It's fun for $10. I liked it.
Oh yeah, there should be Mongolians, dude.
Yeah, dude.
The
That's
Mongols, where
class
are they?
Yeah, that's the class I would pick.
Because it'd be the Mongols versus the Vikings in a battle of who can rape harder.
Yeah.
That would be tricky.
What's
That's
the
a mini
difference?
game.
Not an Xbox game. Have to stay tuned for the sequel. Deadliest rapist.
In all honestly though, like this era, like the Deadliest Warrior, I never really liked the show that much, but like I think it was just because like there was such a meme, like there were certain meme things kind of embedded in the internet back then. Like one of them was like, haha, mustaches and bacon. One of them was the pirates versus ninjas was such a huge meme back then that I was like,
They
first time I
mentioned it here,
heard, first time I heard Deadliest Warrior, I was like, they made a show out of that stupid fucking meme.
Well,
The internet.
yeah, I remember that going around. But pirates specifically, like, aren't pirates to me seems more like a lifestyle and less of like a combat situation.
Yeah, they're not really warriors. They're not really like trained warriors. They're just assholes.
They're just they are. They're just they're literally just assholes of the sea.
Assholes on a boat. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll pillage your village, like they're not here to fuck around either.
Yeah, but like
terrorize and drink all your booze. And
like a ninja or even like a Viking had to go through some sort of training, right?
Yeah, they're like
martially
talented, whereas a pirate like shoots people and throws flames at like shoots cannonballs at people.
That's why I like it. That's why I chose pirate. That's why I like it.
What?
How do you think the U.S. was made?
What on the labor of black people?
Yeah,
they should have just used like modern.
Yeah, I mean, but they sailed on seas and then they took over. I mean, they're the modern day pirate,
Well, those are warriors that came by boat. They're not pirates.
Exactly.
Pirates are people that float in uncharted waters and then cause havoc.
It's just about legality that makes them the piracy.
I can't think of modern pirates without thinking of that fucking movie, the Tom Hanks movie. What's that movie called? Captain
Castaway?
Something.
No.
It's like the more modern one where he was like the captain of a boat. It's like a true story where he was a captain of a boat that got like taken over by pirates. And there's that meme from that movie that goes, "Look at me, I am the captain now."
Yeah.
That's all I think of. Whenever I think of modern pirates, I just see that scene in my head.
I am the captain.
I am the captain now. Yes, you are, buddy.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.